Have you ever felt your whole day passed, but you don't even know what you actually did that day? Well, I had that same issue, and I felt like my whole day was incomplete because I didn't do these million things that I listed in my to-do list. But at the end of the day, this to-do list was totally useless. All these productivity tips that you see on YouTube, why were they not helping? Well, because you haven't taken action. And if you did take action, did you actually wanted to do it because you just listened to it? Or did you actually try to analyze what was in that video and how you can implement that into your everyday life? But you have to make sure to have a specific plan tailored to what you're doing currently. And so that's why what I was doing, not knowing what to do, was because I missed one step, and that step is planning. I thought my goals were clear. My goals were like become more productive, start working out, become more consistent in the gym. These goals aren't really specific to what you want to do. These are just what we call ideas. What made a difference for me was what I actually wanted to do, instead of focusing on just ideas that I want to do later on. So instead of saying I want to work out, just say go to the gym. Just simple as that. So say specific tasks instead of just focusing on broader terms, like saying I want to start a business. But how are you going to start the business in the first place? Look at steps in order to start the business. It's as simple as that. And let's be real, distractions are legit everywhere. Whether it's a notification, a message, or your mind wandering off, it's hard to focus on work when you have distractions that are everywhere. Okay, so what I want you to do right now is to clear out everything in your table, everything within your surroundings that you feel is a distraction. It could be your phone, it could be a laptop, it could be a gaming console, but anything that's within your surrounding that you feel like will take away from your focus in your work specifically, you want to just turn that off. Just have your phone right here, and I want you to just throw it. No, not throw it, but I want you to have your phone and just hide it somewhere. Hide it somewhere like very unusual, but somewhere you could like find it again. Obviously you don't want to like try to call your phone again to try to find for it, but I want you to just leave it somewhere where you can't really obtain through like your hands like getting it there, right? You just want to throw it anywhere that's like within your reach of your actual workspace, because this is your study time. This is your time to just shut off all your distractions, turn off notifications. It's better to do work when you're not distracted than when you are distracted. That's one of the also main reasons why 99% of people can't do the things that they actually want to do, is because of their distractions. Number one, you simply just have to plan. You can literally plan 5 minutes before you start your task to say, hey, let me get this straight. I'll start on my computer, do whatever homework you want to do, and right after that, once that time frame's done, take a break. That's simple as that. And you want to be able to cut off all the distractions and then just start working after that. So have a manageable plan. Take 5 minutes just to plan whatever you need to do, the things that you need to prioritize the most, the tasks that matter the most, all right, based off what you want to do. And maybe you don't have time to do everything in one day, but make sure you have specific days tailored to what you want to do in that day. And the rule that I've learned recently is called the Parkinson's Law. Now, what does the Parkinson's Law states? Well, the Parkinson's law states that if you give yourself all day to finish your work, guess what? It'll take you all day to do that work. And why is this such an important thing to talk about? Well, let's say what if you gave yourself 1 hour to do that work? Well, you're most likely gonna have to rush to do that work. And what do you do when you rush? You become more locked in, you become more focused, you become more efficient when doing that work. What I started doing more often in order to finish my homework way easier and to get that 4 GPA that I always wanted. And to give you a kind of easy context, do the work that is assigned to you on that day. And let's say I wanted to do, let's say an essay that I had to do is assigned next week. Most people would delay that date. They would waste time and save all that work until the last day, until that day the due date is actually due. I started to do that assignment with a tighter deadline. so that I feel a lot more productive when I actually do that work. And the Parkinson law states that when you have more time, you take less effort, but when you have less time, you put in more effort. And that's what I believe will save you if you actually start putting that mindset into all your assignments, because given that a shorter time limit can grant you success to do other assignments, and not only that, but it gets all the work out of the way. It's such an important skill that you need to implement into any task that you want to do, and it's very effective. And so my call to action to you is very simple. What I want you to do, prioritize your tasks. See what is most important. Is it studying hard? Is it focusing on your physique? Is it maybe starting your own business? Is that one goal that you want to prioritize? And then once you got that, you could break that down, use whatever tools that I explained to you in the video to split it into smaller steps so that you're able to get one step closer to your goal. And I promise that you start small today, you will eventually get up to where you want to be in the future. And yeah, that's about it. Prioritize one first before moving on to multiple, because when you prioritize one, you become the master at that. So there's only 3 steps that I suggest you to do. I decided to just create more specific goals that can be attainable. Number 2, cut off all distractions and also plan beforehand before getting into the work that you want to do, because planning 5 minutes before can save you a lot more time in the future. Having a plan without distractions and with a clear goal in mind is way better than doing something that you don't have a clear goal and you don't know what to do and you have so many distractions around you. That is very obvious. Last thing is just to start. Take action, start small, and over time you could prioritize other tasks that you feel can help you with your future. And so that's about it. I'll see you in the next video, and stay winning. Peace.